This is episode 33 of Blazing Geeks. I'm Nick.
And I'm Robert.
And back again for our Batmonth. And this time we're going to talk about the new DC Animated Universe DVD that came out last week, Batman Gotham Knight. And initial thought, it was good. I mean, you know, for DC's third feature that they released.
All throughout, each one was top notch, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
story wise though, some of the stories were kind of weak.
Well, really?
Yeah, I thought that was story wise.
Well,
it was okay. I mean, let's just go through some of the ones that jump out in my head. Have I got a story for you? It was done. It was already done in the DCU. The Legends of the Dark Knight. And I like the Legends of the Dark Knight more, actually. Because it went through all the different phases of Batman. This one, I mean, it was cool to see it in anime. Like, it was really, really well done. But it just felt like the story was kind of like, there's a criminal with, like, a jetpack who's, like, robbing people on the top of the building.
Kids with, like, how many different perspectives on what...
No, I mean, the perspectives in the kids were good. It's just that I had already seen that story. Yeah. And it surprised me because, like, Bruce Timm was involved with that original story.
Yeah.
So, like, why did you have the same story told again in anime? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to know how much, who controlled the stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did, like, each Japanese company that did one, did they decide the story and everything else? Or did they just do the animation for it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I know what you're saying.
Because if Bruce Timm controlled the stories, I don't see why he would use the same story.
He was one of the producers.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know why they would use the same story.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still good. I'm just saying, it's kind of been done. I'll say that for that one.
Well, me chiming in here. Nothing against Legends of the Dark Knight, but I kind of like this one more. I mean, because in Legends of the Dark Knight, it was more about, like, the different eras of Batman from the comics. Whereas in this one, it was more of a Batman story. It wasn't, like, a Batman story that, like, chronicled, like, the different eras of Batman. It was, like, the story within the story. So, I mean, with Batman being either a bat creature, or a shadow, or a robot. So.
Let's see, which other ones? I also thought the one with, like, the force field. I didn't really like that story
Field
either.
test, yeah.
That felt, like, very, very anime.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
kind of like jumping around the good, the bad, and all that.
Well, I'm talking about. I talked about animation. There's no question it's the best animation.
Well,
now I'm doing story.
Yeah.
Because those are like the two major things for me.
Yeah.
And then voice acting's third, but I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Story-wise, the other one that I thought wasn't very good was, like I said, Field Test. I just thought that was a little too anime for Batman. I mean, I know it was anime interpretations.
Yeah.
But it didn't translate very well to me.
Yeah.
Like the reason why he used it and then put it away at the end, the whole. Just force field aspect, and like even the costume was a little iffy.
Well, it was kind of like well, I think one of the producers mentioned it was like G-Force. You know, he almost resembled like the villain from G-Force.
Yeah. So I mean, that one just felt a little off. I mean, there were some good moments in it.
Yeah.
Like the golf course scene was
like cool. How he set up the two mobs, like the Russian and Maroni.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, I thought that was kind of like a weaker story.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
What was your favorite story in all of them?
Favorite? I have to say, I got a story for you.
Really?
Yeah. The first one.
My favorite was the one with the Scarecrow and Killer Croc.
Yeah.
I thought that animation was awesome.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, the story was good.
How they, like, intertwined Croc into, like...
A patient of
Arkham experimented by Crane.
Yeah,
because this movie used some of the continuity from Batman Begins. With, like, the arrows
like Lucius knowing him, and then the Lieutenant Gordon and the police. Yeah, I thought it was really good. It was like crypts and sewers and like the cult of the Scarecrow and the Killer Croc battle.
Yeah, and
I really thought that was really cool.
And like how the Narrows were like quarantined.
Right. And became like their own asylum.
Yeah.
Well, in that other film.
Yeah. Crossfire.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I thought that was my favorite one, and a close second was the Deadshot one, which is also excellent Bat by 100D animation.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and,
it definitely fit Batman
yeah.
perfectly. And that was the one that they marketed so much, on the TV spots and things like that.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah. So.
It was a really good one, I thought. Those are the two strongest, I think, for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, you want to just do the voice acting right off the bat, then?
Yeah.
Tackle that?
Yeah, there were some, like, familiar voices in it. Like in Have I Got a Story for You with the criminal running around. It was actually voiced by George Newbern, who voiced Superman in Justice League and JLU. So, yeah, he was just like putting on a mugger voice, but it was still like that Superman vibe to his voice. So.
And then Robin.
Yeah,
his
Robin
voice is
from
in
Teen
it
Titans
too.
was the kid that helps out Batman in the end of.
And then of course, Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy himself
As the
Batman. Yeah.
But I didn't think his voice fit for some of them.
Well, I mean, yeah, as I marked down the bad, I really didn't like the character model they did for Bruce, and Conroy, mentioned in like the commentary that like he was trying to like change his voice up to like fit like the different models, so but it just didn't work for that character.
I just
model.
don't.
I mean,
yeah,
he said,
he's
like,
good at one type of Batman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he said he was trying to go youth with it because the model was like, a young.
I think,
version.
honestly, I think they needed another voice actor. I mean, nothing against
Kevin
Conroy.
Conroy did mention that about them, like, not recasting, but use somebody else.
I mean, I think that they needed a younger voice, honestly.
Yeah.
Or just a different voice. Or maybe everyone take a turn with a different Batman. I mean, he didn't even use his Batman voice, really. He didn't go to the full depths of it. Like the angry Batman voice.
Not really, no.
No, like he was trying to keep it young, but it also made him keep it light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it was it just kind of didn't really fit. He's really good as the Batman from the DCU. You know what I mean?
With the DCAU.
But when you put it
in like a separate continuity.
Yeah, when you put it, he just seems mismatched.
Yeah.
It was like that's why I liked in New Frontier they had a different Batman voice.
Jeremy Sisto.
Yeah, who was really great, and that's why I think for this they needed yet another voice.
Would you think it'd be better if they got Christian Bale?
There's no way he would do it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just like throwing.
They couldn't even get.
Yeah, I know.
They couldn't even get Michael Caine to do Alfred.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like throwing out there.
Well, yeah, I guess that would be the dream one, but I mean, there's other good voice actors out there.
Or just get Sisto back, right?
He would have been good for some of them too, but other stories he wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe they should have done a different voice, a different story. Yeah. I mean, yes, that's driving up the cost a little, but I think it would have paid off. Yeah.
But in field tests, there was some good humor, like when he was playing golf with like
yeah, I mean, he could schmooze his voice.
He's saying like I have other business to attend to. He's like half Russian, half Italian. So.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't humor in the stories.
Yeah, no,
I just wanted
to.
I'm just saying it felt a little mismatched.
Yeah.
That didn't ruin it for me. I'm just saying it was a little off to me.
Yeah. The music was pretty good. I mean, it's in certain key points in some.
Yeah, things seem to take on their own themes.
I mean, when Batman's like doing his like poses and stuff, there's like big triumphant music.
Yeah, there was a lot of themes around. A lot of it was sneaky when it had to be sneaky or creepy.
Yeah. And
then it was also very epic and climactic too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good scores. Good scores for sure.
Yeah. And the fight scene in the short was Work Through Pain, where where there's the girl trainer that is like gonna get mugged or whatever, and Bruce like defends her.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good fight scene. I mean, Bruce kind of looked like Bruce Lee in that.
Yeah, he did.
In that scene too. But I have to call the question: when he gets smacked over the head with the wood, how did his head not bleed? I mean, he didn't like get a gash in his head, or when he got smacked behind with the bottle. Like, I know artistically it's supposed to show him like showing no feeling for pain, but he still has to have some. I mean, because realistically, I don't think he would be bleeding.
I don't know because when you see like a karate master headbutt a piece of wood and it breaks, he's not bleeding.
Yeah, I see your point. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I just had to mention it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll take it like that because he then defended himself with like martial arts.